Welcome back, everyone. Today I have a video that I must confess, I don't know if it's gonna reach its target audience, but hopefully it does. Today I want to talk about why everyone should be wearing a fragrance in 2024. And the reason why I'm not sure if this is gonna reach my target audience is because if you're clicking on this video, you're probably already into fragrances. Or like if you've come across my channel before, or if the algorithm recommends this video, you know, chances are you've seen other fragrance videos. But by the off chance that it reaches the person I'm trying to target today I will try to convince you on why you should be wearing a fragrance in 2024. Now, I do want to preface that I understand that some people have allergies. Some people may get skin irritation or other skin related issues with fragrances and alcohol and different chemicals and stuff. So for those people, obviously this video is not for you. But if you're anywhere from the range of, I'd say like 16 and above, I think at that point in your life you should have at least one fragrance that you wear pretty much consistently, at least one. And let's go into some of the reasons why. Number one is because people will always appreciate someone who smells good. So no matter what age you are, and of course this does depend in certain circumstances. There's certain situations where you probably shouldn't wear a fragrance, you know, like a funeral, or if you're going to like the hospital, or, you know, there's certain circumstances where fragrances are not it. But in general, in your day-to-day life, going to school, going to work, meeting up with friends, hanging out, even doing sports and stuff like that, I think every man should be wearing a fragrance because it just helps elevate your style just a little bit more. And it's not even about style, it's just, it gives a better impression of hygiene, which obviously you should take care of your hygiene first, but wearing a fragrance will give off a better impression of hygiene than just not smelling bad. So you want to pick a fragrance, especially if it's your first one. Pick something fresh, pick something that will make you smell clean, and people will appreciate that. So that's point number one. Smelling good will always increase people's perception about you, or their opinion. They'll think about you in a better light than if you would have not worn it. Now, this also comes with a double-edged sword because you don't want to be obnoxious about it. You don't want to get like some atomic bomb of a fragrance and just spray yourself all over. Like if you got Dior Sauvage EDT and you did more than, let's say, even 5 sprays, and you're going to school, or you're sitting in a bus with people, or in a car, like, you know, there's a certain limit. Like, try not to overspray, especially if you're younger. It just comes off in kind of a bad way. It's like you're trying to be obnoxious. But if you have questions about how many sprays to use and stuff like that, be sure to watch other videos. I don't think I made a video about certain spray techniques yet, or how much to spray. But I recommend you search up your specific fragrance that you're looking to get or that you have, and then see how many sprays other people are doing, and then kind of gauge off of that. But yeah, so that's point number one. Point number two is that fragrances, you know, what might be holding certain people back is the idea that they don't want to invest a lot of money in fragrances, because, you know, if you just look at the price, it looks pretty expensive. Like, let's say you want to go super basic and you want to get Dior Sauvage, okay? If you're in your teens, it's not an unrealistic desire, or, you know, YSL or something like that. Honestly, for a first fragrance, it's pretty good. Is it overused? Yeah. Does it smell good? Yes. You know, if you just want something that works, I understand. So if you were to get that Dior Sauvage EDT, just retail price, it would run you about 200 Canadian, and then with tax probably like 225, 230. If you want to be smart about it, there are fragrance discounters such as fragrancenet.com, which the price with the coupon here, it says it's 140, but that's American. So let's do 140 USD to CAD. 193. So honestly, you're not even saving that much. But So let's say you spend $193 Canadian with tax around like 200. Let's just round it to 200, give or take. With spending $200 on 100 milliliters, my personal opinion, if you use 2 to 3 sprays or even 4, that will be able to last you more than 6 months. And with that, let's say it does last you 6 months. 6 months times 30 days, you have a total of 180 days. The fragrance costs, let's say 200, so $200 divided by 180, you're spending approximately $1.11 every single day for you to smell good. And you know, when you put it in this perspective, it's not that much of an investment as you think it is. You know, other people spend like $4, $5, $10 on a coffee every single day. So regardless of your age, even if you are younger and if you just got like a first job or something, I do recommend you get a fragrance. And you don't even have to go the Dior Sauvage route. There are some really good cheapies. A lot of people talk about Nautica Voyage. Even beyond Nautica Voyage, I think if you go to Zara and you just go smell some of their fragrances, and sometimes they have like deals online on their store, and you can pick them up for like $20, $30 Canadian for 100 milliliters. Are they the best fragrances? No, but they're still good, and you'll be able to use it and it'll last a relatively long time. With those fragrances, you're gonna have to spray more, but still, even if you bought 2 bottles, it'll still be under like $100. And when you do the math, it'll be less than $1. It'd be like 20 cents, 30 cents a day if you wear it every single day for 6 months. So price wise, I understand it may look kind of scary. And again, I'm trying to target this for everyone. Obviously, if you're above 20, you've had a job, like $150, $200 is still steep, but you know, you can kind of reason with it more. But in general, even if you're a teenager, I think getting at least one fragrance would be a good idea. And so if you can find a fragrance for a good price point, a fragrance that you truly enjoy and you like, that is going to give you a few benefits. Number one, it is going to boost your mood. If you truly enjoy this fragrance and you just smell it around you, you know, for like the first hour, 30 minutes before you go nose blind, it's just going to improve your mood. At least improves my mood. Everyone else in the fragrance community could probably say the same. And not only that, but it'll improve the mood of others too. I think sometimes we undervalue how much difference a good fragrance can make for not only yourself, but also for those around you that are smelling you. And kind of tied into this, not only does it boost your mood, but if you find a fragrance that fits you really well, if you're a guy and you know, you wear a masculine fragrance, it's gonna give you that extra bit of confidence that maybe you didn't have before. And you know, if you struggle with confidence, this fragrance could help you with that. And it's also kind of a subconscious thing too. You know, maybe it's not like you're like, oh, I'm wearing a fragrance, you know, now, you know, I'm not as, not necessarily shy, but not as, what do you call it? Not introverted either. There's a word I'm looking for. The word I was looking for was insecure. So, you know, if you deal with insecurities, and I'm assuming, you know, most people do to a certain extent, it will kind of help mask that in a certain way, you know, give you more confidence than you would have had otherwise. And just in general, smelling good and having a good fragrance, I think, is a huge necessity. Especially in 2024, where we have access to, you know, so many things. I think a fragrance is something that every man, and honestly every woman, should wear and should incorporate in their daily lifestyle. Because honestly, I mean, my nose isn't the best. I've mentioned this before. It's not super sensitive, so you know, people around me could wear it and I can't tell. But in general, at least where I live, there aren't a lot of people who wear fragrances. Maybe they do wear it, I just, you know, don't get close enough to them. You know, if you're in a school setting or stuff like that, like you walk by people, but you're never like super close to someone. So, you know, at least to the people I hang around, even the friends I have, a lot of them, you know, some of them have fragrances, but they just never got used to wearing it. And it doesn't even take that long, you know, a spray here, a spray there when you're going out to, you know, whatever activity you're doing. So I think there's just so many benefits to having fragrances, or having at least one fragrance. But I do want to say that if you're just getting started off with the journey, take your time. You might be excited to, get your first fragrances, maybe your first maybe your first 2, 3, 4, 5, and start a collection. But what I would recommend is, at least for the first one, take your time. Make sure it's something you truly enjoy. What most of us do, at least those who are kind of experienced, is you take it, you spray it on a test strip. If you like it, then I recommend spraying it on your skin to get a feel for it, because everyone's skin reacts differently with certain fragrances. So try it on your skin, see if you like it, see if it lasts long. And then after trying it out 2 or 3 times, if you still really like it, especially after the dry down, then I would recommend buying it. Don't go to the store, spray it once, you're like, oh, I love it, and then drop $50, and then later you don't like it and you can't return it. So take your time. There's a high chance you're gonna fall in love with fragrances and you're gonna end up buying more and more. So I recommend you take it slow. It's really easy to get caught into this fragrance loop where you're just constantly buying a new fragrance every single week. But I take no responsibility for this. If you fall into the fragrance, not trap, but the fragrance hype, fragrance love, whatever. If you fall into that, I don't take responsibility. Everyone can spend their money on what they like. But yeah, so I just wanted to do a quick video going over the reasons I think everyone should be wearing a fragrance. At least in my personal opinion, age 16 and up makes perfect sense. Even if you're 14, 15, I think even at those young ages, you could be wearing fragrances. But anyways, those are my opinions. Thank you for all those who stuck around until the end, and I will see you guys next time.